Hi everyone again. It's me, Russell Andreessen, your favorite indie author, hopefully. We're getting there. Getting more likes every single day, and we're trying, to the best of our ability, to spread the word around. Tonight I'm doing the second in the series of Angst of the Indie Author video blog. First, as usual, I do want to start off. I did not bring in the full picture this time, the giant green billboard, so let's just get this into focus. FantasticDreamsBooks.com. Check your money order. Made out to Russell Andreessen, P.O. Box 73650, Noonan, Georgia 30271. It is also equipped with PayPal now, so that makes things a lot easier. There you can order all three of my books, and like I said in a previous video, there's going to be some very, very big news coming soon. There's going to be an online auction, not an online auction, actually a contest, where I will be giving away 10 free autographed copies of one of the books. We just haven't decided which one yet. It's going to be one of the three. We'll go over that in a second. I also would like to bring everyone's attention back to the fact that a couple weeks ago I mentioned that I have decided to take on the topic of online bullying. It's not so much for me, for my benefit, because I'm a grown man. I can take anything that's thrown at me, and that's actually going to end up being the topic of tonight's indie author angst. But I was one of those people who truly believed that parents should just tell their children, ignore them or scroll past them or block them or unfriend them or whatever, but it's not that easy. They will always find a way to hunt you down. They will even go so far as to make up fake Facebook profiles. I actually made a post today on my author's page, on actually my New York Mercantile Exchange page, saying that if you do not have a profile picture within 1 week, you will be deleted, you will be kicked out of the group. And instead of saying, all right, that's fair, no, instead I was getting like, well, I don't do pictures. Well, then you're gone. It's that simple. If you have to hide your identity, you're gone. That brings me to pacer.org. Pacer@pacer.org or at Pacer. Let me see. At Pacer Center is their Twitter handle. They are doing the Pacer National Bullying Prevention Center, the NBPC. They are a great organization who I fully endorse and who I have donated some money to. I will donate more as it comes in, as I am an indie author, and these things take time. Now we're going to go to what I really wanted to talk to you about tonight. One of the things that you have to learn when you take on this industry of being an indie author is the fact that while you may be very pleased with what you're doing, and while friends and family may love what you're doing, not everyone's going to. Now, in the works of fiction, this can, it can be a little hurtful. I'm fortunate in the fact that my two works of fiction, Are You Kosher? Memoirs of a Jewish Vampire, which was my first book, and The Queen and I, which just came out this past June. I have gotten nothing but positive feedback on both of those books. Are You Kosher was a woman named Zelda Wasser who took issue with the book because she was under the impression that she was about to write the very, very first book about a Jewish vampire. And I broke the news to her on Twitter that I did it in 2010, and then she proceeded to call the book racist and filth, and gave it 1 star on Amazon and brought down my ratings from a 5 to a 4.5. To each his own. The real angst is going to be directed at you, the nonfiction author. Even something as innocuous as writing about tree bark, you never know. You could offend somebody. You could upset someone. You could Do whatever is in your power to try and protect identities, changing names, changing locations. People know who you're talking about. They know what you're talking about. They even know that what you're saying is the absolute truth. Doesn't change the fact that they're going to come after you. If you saw my video that I recorded last night, which you'll find on my YouTube channel under the name Russell Andreessen, Fear, Lies, Aggression, and Threats, I should say. I called out a person by name. And one of his comments on Facebook was that I should basically be roasted over a spit, over a fire ignited with my books. Now, that's all over this one, A Crude World. Now, this is a nonfiction book. Now, as innocuous as this seemed to me, that I was writing the book because I wanted to set the record straight in defending my former colleagues and speculators in the New York Mercantile Exchange and commodities traders basically everywhere. And I went out of my way to change the names of people. For the most part, I changed the names of locations, but when it came to that, I wasn't writing anything really bad about any of the places. The ones that had nefarious things going on, I did the best to, protect them from any fallout, and then also to protect myself. And that's another thing that you want to do. You want to make sure that you do protect yourself. You never know who's going to try to sue you. But I have been called every single ugly name in the book. I've had my family attacked. I've had my mother's reputation called highly into question. I've been accused of being overly sensitive, and when the attacks come and I have the unmitigated temerity to defend myself, then all of a sudden I'm the one who's blowing things out of proportion, and I'm the one who needs to seek psychiatric help. I am seeking psychiatric help. I wrote about that in A Crude World. The reason I'm seeking psychiatric help is because I survived the attacks of 9/11, or more importantly, the aftermath of 9/11. So I have PTSD because of that. The United States government declared that I have PTSD and that I am fully disabled. I may not look it, but I am. The inscription in the dedication alone says, to the friends who have scars that do not heal and others can't see. It's just the plain truth. But when you're writing a book, especially nonfiction, you're going to have people who are going to find fault with you. And some of them can be vicious. And they're going to be personal. And it's something that you have to expect. Now, I am not even going to bullshit you and say that I've handled it the best that I possibly could. I was saying to my mother and my brother and my other loved ones, I said, listen, you're going to hear a lot of stuff, and you need to grow a thick skin. It's easier said than done. They've been good about it. I'm the one who takes offense to it, because you want to come after me, that's fine. Leave my family out of it. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to go after your family. They will attack you personally on every single way that they possibly can. They will come after you. Now, with A Crude World, I've been called a liar. I've been told that I've never worked there. In my last video, I showed more proof of the fact that I worked there. But people were still offended. And they said that I lied about the floor, and that the floor was not this huge drug den. And yes, it was. Give me a break. Come on. Everybody knows the floor was a drug den. People who don't work on the floor know that the floor was a drug den. How the hell do you think those rumors get started? It's just like when there were rumors, years and years ago. And I'm 41 years old. When I was in elementary school, there were rumors about priests and altar boys. Where do you think those jokes came from? All jokes and all rumors have some level of truth inherently in them, and that's where it came from. Now, I'm fortunate in the fact that the Queen and I one of the main characters is the ghost of a 1920s drag queen. I have received nothing but support from the drag queen community. I reached out to them on Twitter. They have been wonderful to me. It's not my lifestyle. I just personally think that gay humor is funny. I think the Jewish humor is funny. That's why when I write, there's always an element, with the exception of A Crude World, there's an element of Jewish humor and gay humor in it, because I think that those are two of the funniest genres of comedy out there. You know, you watch anything by Mel Brooks. You know, Mel Brooks said in the movie To Be or Not to Be, without Jews, fags, and gypsies, there is no theater. Well, writing is theater. It's a form of theater. What was Shakespeare doing? Shakespeare was writing plays. That's theater. Are You Kosher? Memoirs of a Jewish Vampire. Some people have found offensive. And that was intended, because this is a full frontal assault on political correctness. Now, I have completed a rework of this book, which is not going to come out till next year. So by all means, still come and shop for this one, because you never know if this one may one day become a collector's item, especially with it being autographed, which you can order from fantasticdreamsbooks.com. But I intended to offend people by them saying, like, oh my God, I can't believe he's making fun of this or he's making fun of that. And I did the same thing in a future book that's going to be coming out next year called Fly on the Wall. There are scenes in that book that people are going to shake their heads and they're going to say, I can't believe he made a joke about that. It's called satire. Get over it. Laugh at it. Have fun with it. So anyway, that's basically what I wanted to talk about tonight. I wanted to just bring it to your attention, give you my 2 cents worth on the topic, and let you know that, you know, it's not all sunshine and lollipops. You know, when your book is first published, whether it's your first book, your third book, your 30th book, it's supposed to be a very, very happy time in your life, and many times it's not. All right, it is very stressful. You worry about whether or not it's going to sell. How is it going to be reviewed? Are people going to like it? And being an indie author, it's even harder because it's a huge investment, because you are not part of the establishment. You got to do this on your own. Don't listen to people who say, don't try and buck the system. Go along with it. Don't try to promote yourself. No, baloney. Okay? The best promoter is you. You are your own best promoter. No one will ever believe in you like you do. So have faith in what you wrote. Believe in your work. Know that what you did with integrity and with honesty. And know that you can look at yourself in the mirror and be pleased with your finished product. And with that tonight, folks, I will bid you all a good evening. I hope that wherever you are, you find yourselves in good health and you find yourselves happy, and that you will check out places like pacer.org, and you will check out Fantastic Dreams Books, where you can order all 3 of the books I just showed you: Are You Kosher?, The Queen and I, and A Crude World, which I will not only autograph them, but I will personalize it if requested. And we will talk again soon. So until then, all I can say to you is good night, good luck, and God bless.